Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So in today's episode of Mental Health Mama, I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little bit different today. Something that was like a personal experience of mine, but I think something that could also just I could raise awareness about because I didn't know about it before I experienced it. So today I wanted to talk to you about dysphoric milk ejection reflex. So what that is so I'm going to read to you a definition that I have on my phone. So it says, dysphoric milk ejection reflex, or DMER, is an abrupt emotional drop that occurs in some women just before milk releases and continues for not more than a few minutes. The brief negative feelings range in severity from wistfulness to self-loathing and appear to have a physiological cause. So this is something that I experienced while I was breastfeeding. It was really a surprise to me. I had no idea what was going on because I know that there were, of course I'm very aware of postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, and things like that. And that's something that they monitor in Jonas pediatric appointments. And I think they monitored it, I'm pretty sure, in my 6-week checkup at the hospital. But yeah, that was something this is just something that I didn't know about, and a friend had actually brought it to my attention. So my experience with it was, I don't remember when I noticed this. I don't think I had it all the time, but I noticed that when I was nursing Jonah, I think it was around the time that I had my letdown, I would start to have these intense negative emotions, and they would be like it says, self-loathing, or just a lot of just feeling bad about myself, I guess, and just not liking myself. And me being aware of, since I'm a counselor, I'm aware of these things, and aware of when I have these emotions, and what is what is the reason, what's going on. I'm trying to be very self-aware, I guess. And I noticed a pattern that these things were happening when I was breastfeeding, and it was mostly happening, if not all the time happening, when I was breastfeeding. And I was isolated to those events, and it was such a strong physiological response. It wasn't just mental, but I could feel it in my body, that I was what is going on? This is so strange. So I looked into it to see if other people were experiencing it. I think I had talked to my friend about it, and she had seen something on that Kelly, I don't remember, the Kelly Mom app or website, you guys know what I'm talking about, that was talking about it and how it could be a possibility. I was that sounds exactly like what I have. That's crazy. Why have I never heard of this before? And I don't know, honestly, how common it is. I don't know if it's a super rare thing. My understanding of it is when you're nursing, there's a drop in one of the hormones, there's just a drop in one of your hormones. That's what causes those intense negative feelings. And so, yeah, I really just wanted to talk about my experience with this. Once that happened and I noticed it was happening, I think that was around the time that I started nursing Jonah, only in the morning and in the evening, because I was I can't do this anymore if this is what's causing it, which is such a sad thing that I felt like I couldn't nurse as much as I wanted to anymore because of this. But I was really this is taking a toll on my mental health. And so I stopped breastfeeding him all the time. I still did have those negative experiences when I was nursing him in the morning and in the evening, but it wasn't happening all day long. And so it was a lot more manageable. And then it also helped me, just kind of as a advice, I guess, it helped me to be aware that okay, this is a physiological thing that's going on. These thoughts aren't true. I don't have to give any type of notice to these thoughts, because I know that they're not true, and that it's just something that's physiologically going on within me. I think this is also something that can be talked about with postpartum depression, that when going through postpartum depression, you kind of have to I think there's always a light at the end of the tunnel when I'm talking to my postpartum depression clients, hey, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is you are experiencing postpartum depression, and postpartum depression doesn't last for the rest of your life. There's going to be an end date to this, where your hormones start to regulate, things start to feel more manageable, and just especially the hormones, because that's what it is, right? It's there's something physiologically going on, there's just an imbalance. And so those things eventually stabilize and you start to feel better. And I think the same thing goes with the dysphoric milk ejection reflex, is that I knew that this was something physiologically going on. I didn't need to pay any mind to these thoughts, and I could just kind of let it go in that sense. And I think that was something that really helped, was practicing that kind of mindfulness type of style thinking. I didn't have to worry about the thoughts or like be stressed out about them. So if you guys have any questions about this, I would love to talk to you about it. I've never met anybody else who's experienced the same thing as me that I know of. So if you are open to talking about it, I would love to talk to you about it and hear what your experience was with it. If you guys have any questions for me about what I experienced, leave any questions or comments down below or reach out to me. I would love to talk about this. Please give our video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you're new. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.